Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test. There we go. Yes, there we go. All right. Let's grab friends, do the thing. Bingo. There we go, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Dante here. Glad to be with you guys for another beautiful day in OFA. We have Russell coming today from 12 to 1. I am super excited for that. We're going to dive into your one-to-many presentations. So just in case you're unfamiliar with how the structure works in the One Funnel Away VIP calls, here's the game. From 11 to 12, we have open coaching. Ask me any question about anything. It might be something specific to the track you're taking in the challenge, or it might be just this is your first time being an entrepreneur and you don't really know how to work. You don't know how to allocate the priorities to the tasks at hand. Any questions whatsoever that you're having on your journey, gang, you can ask those today from 11 to 12. From 12 to 1, Russell Brunson is going to be here, and we're going to dive into the expert-only portion of the call. So from 12 to 1, we will only be dealing with experts and the expert questions, but for our experts, it is going to be a fantastic session. Super, super excited for it. So I'd like to start this out. I'd like to get any questions out of the way. So here's how I want to do this today, gang. If you have a question that you would like to ask Russell specifically, please lower your hand. If you want to speak to Russell specifically, just go ahead and lower your hand. When Russell hops on, you can raise your hand again and we can get that question asked. Excuse me, but for this first hour, I think it would be best to handle questions that we don't want to ask Russell. Maybe it's not a Russell question, like maybe it's an e-commerce question, or maybe also it's just a simple question about your tech, or maybe it's a question that you just don't think you need Russell to answer. So if you have a question you would like to ask Russell, just lower your hand. I'll let you know later on in the session when to raise your hand. But let's get right into it. Kimberly's going to be first. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning, Dante. Thank you. Here we are. Okay, perfect. I wasn't able, I wanted to check on my calendar. I'm not sure if that worked.
Absolutely, we can.
Okay, thank you. Let me share.
Trey's FaceTiming. It's so funny.
Oh, is he? I saw Trey's ad on my phone, by the way. It cracked me up. I was like, oh my God, I know him.
He's a trip, isn't he?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, he's on my ads now. I love it.
You guys should be seeing a little more of him over the next coming weeks as well. We're really thankful for Trey and everything he does for ClickFunnels.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. Okay, can you see it?
Gotcha.
All right. So we added the calendar. I tried to mess around with it yesterday. And, I know appointments and all of that, but it said that it was connected and then it doesn't show that it's connected here. So I just want to make sure that it's working.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Scroll me down. Let's look at that calendar. We're on your OTO page.
That's where it is, right?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I told you to put it on the... Yeah, we're going to put it on the order confirmation. Remember, looking at the left, I made you a conditional split step. So now we're splitting them based on what they've done. Yeah, take me down the build, please.
Okay, sure. Let me get rid of this.
There we go.
So
there
here, right?
Our confirmation pages. Yes. And let's go to the yes track, which is the left track. That's perfect.
Okay. Edit here.
Great. Scroll me down. And there's our calendar. Great. Okay. Click your calendar for me, please. Yep.
The settings?
Yep. Right. This looks pretty good, actually. Preview the page for me, top right.
Okay.
Rick, yes, 12 to 1. Great question, Rick. 12 to 1 is the exact same link, gang. Even if you're in e-commerce and you want to stick around and learn from Russell, because marketing is marketing and business is business, it's this exact same room, this exact same link. You guys can just hang out. Okay, there we go. I see you. Okay, let's go back to your account, please. One browser tab left. Sorry, I just have to send this text. Okay. Let's exit the editor again, top left. Lovely. One more time, top left exit. And then we're going to hop to your calendar app. That'll be under appointments on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Calendar connections, great.
Okay.
And there we go. That's your calendar, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Let's go to event types on the left-hand side.
Okay. Yeah, I was going back and forth with this yesterday. I was trying to figure it out. So I
Okay.
created a new event,
Uh-huh.
OTO private session.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to click on that? That's the one.
Yeah, click on that for me, please.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Great. Uh-huh. Okay, great. Let's go back to the funnel. And really quick, open up a new browser tab for me, please. We're just going to stay right here in your appointments. Nice. In the search bar, type myclickfunnels.com or that. You got that? Beautiful. Let's go back to the funnel in this tab.
Okay.
Lovely. All right. And take me into the funnel.
Okay.
Great. Down to that confirmation on the left track, the yes track.
Okay.
And then 3 dots on that confirmation page.
Here. Over here.
Yes, those. Great. Yes. We're going to add event. So scroll me down on those settings there. I think it's just below add products.
Okay.
There we go. Manage event types. Great.
Manage event types. Okay.
Attach an event.
Oh, this is what I missed. Okay.
Hit that drop down. Choose yours. Update. Lovely. Let's go see what that error says on the page. Interesting. Click that.
I am. It's not doing anything.
Didn't do anything. Cool. No worries. Click your 3 dots again for me really quick. And then manage calendar events. Let me just see what's there. I don't think this is it. I think we're okay. Click preview on that page. You can just put your mouse on the page.
Oh, here.
And preview. Lovely. All right, let's go down and see.
Okay.
There it is. We just
there
had
it
to
is.
attach that. So this is kind of like what I talked to you about yesterday, Kimberly. You're going to have multiple different events people can schedule for. So you just have to tie the proper event to that page, and now it displays the proper calendar.
Okay. And so you add the events. That's what
That's
I
right.
missed. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Do we have a minute to look over my stats and stuff?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Thank you. Do you want me to go to Ad Manager?
Sure.
Or
Absolutely.
or Clarity? I don't care. It's just, yeah, I need to rejigger something to make it work a little better, right?
Yeah. Let's go take a look at the ad.
Okay. Let's go into, this is not it. Why is nothing happening? Am I in it?
Interesting. Go on the left-hand side, the left navigation. Yeah, and go to
Ads reporting.
that should work.
Let's make sure I'm in the right ad. This is where like your personal Facebook and whatever. Okay, so this is Modern Kundalini Flow. Perfect.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay, great.
Oh, this is better. It's getting better. It used to be $60. So
Yeah.
the amount spent 18. Well, I think that's the daily spend or whatever. But
Yes. It looks like it. What you
okay.
spent up to this point. So, okay, okay, and that's not really showing me any of my
No, where's the
stats, but I can see enough from here. So we have your
okay.
reach. Your reach is how many people really saw the ad. They stopped the scroll, they actually looked at it. Impressions is how many people saw it in totality, but that's like them just speed scrolling past. It didn't really have an impression on them. So reach is what we want to go with. Now, just take me back to your funnel.
Okay.
You can go, that's perfect. And let's go to our analytics. So click that button.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. And top right now, we have our date filter. Roundabout, how long has this ad been live?
About 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, great. So hit that time filter. The actual dates.
Oh,
That is for UTM filtering. So you can track, in the future, Kimberly, when you have ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, we make our ads go to UTMs, and then we can track the performance of each ad as it goes to our funnel. I can teach you guys all that later on. It's really important. But let's just go last 30 days.
okay. What does UTM stand for?
Urchin tracking machine.
Okay.
Who cares what it stands for though, right? Because that made absolutely no sense. That helped nobody whatsoever.
Right. I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay, that's fine.
Clicked on an ad, and then when you click on the ad, you see the URL. It'll have like question mark, equal signs, UTM. I'll show you how that works in just a minute because it's super important for everybody to know what UTMs are. I have a whole training I need to give you guys. Okay.
So the
Okay, so
uniques are what's important, right? The 275.
that's exactly right. Whenever looking at stats, really all we're looking at is uniques. Uniques measure the one time a customer came to the funnel. If they come back multiple other times, the other times will be recorded in the all category. So all is pretty much always going to be higher than your unique. There's bots that crawl the internet and they come back multiple times. So all is always going to be higher. But yeah, as we're looking at your uniques, I know this is going to be skewed a little bit because we'll have some of your testing in there. We're using the last 30 days as a time filter, but you've only launched the ad for about 2 weeks. So if we wanted to, we could sit here and we could go and choose just the specific dates that your ad was live. But this is giving me a good enough estimate as I'm looking here.
Okay.
So it looks like of the 350 people that our ad was able to reach, let's say 250 of them came to the funnel. We'll say 25 of these uniques are just you testing and going to your funnel and doing the thing. So I'm very happy with those numbers. That means that your ad is working.
Okay.
Now, 275 people get to the first page in the funnel. 81 have gone to the second. And that's a split test that you're running. So here's your control. Here is your variation. Most people have gone to the control. But I'm seeing, where's your order form? Take me back to your funnel, one browser tab left. Oh, okay, reset class is the order form. Got it. That leads me to OTO, then confirmation. Okay, back to your stats. Great. Great. Okay, so yes, it looks like our ad is working. Our ad is sending people to our sales page. We just haven't yet made any sales.
Well, we made 3. We made 3.
Yes, we've made 3 sales. Right.
That's not me. Those are outside people.
Oh, they are outside. Oh, okay, great, Kimberly. Oh my gosh. Okay, great. We have life. We have action. The heart is pumping. This is fantastic then. The OTO just got put in there, so nobody's gone to that yet. Nobody's really purchased since the OTO was implemented. So we're
Right.
seeing 0 there. But yeah, I'm seeing 4 people on the confirmation, and to get to the confirmation, they would have had to make a purchase on the order forms. So you have had 275 people plus 81. I'm terrible at math. Let's just call it 300. You've had 300 people hit the funnel. You've made 4 sales. Kimberly, you're converting above the 1% benchmark, right? Like most many million-dollar businesses run on 1 and 2% conversions. That's as high as they were able to get them. You're there on the start before you've really even maximized or optimized anything. So I love this. I'm super happy to see this. From here, now I would want to look at Clarity. We have a little bit of time. We're making good time here. Do you
Okay.
have Clarity pulled up or at least be able to log into it?
Yeah, I have Clarity. Hang on, let me find it.
Nice.
So here.
Bingo. Okay, cool. Your time filter is on the last 20 days. Super happy with that. Let's just go back to your dashboard really quick. So hit back on the browser.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay, cool. So here we go. We can see that on the, sorry, let me delete my recording so everybody can see. Gang, just in case you're unfamiliar as well, Microsoft Clarity is screen recording and heat mapping software. It's what allows us to see what customers are doing on our funnel. So we're not just pulling from the ether. Oh, I heard Russell said hook story offer is what I should be testing. Well, of the hook story or offer, what should we be testing the most? What is stopping our customers from buying? Clarity allows us to get heat mapping and screen recordings of them interacting with the funnel. If you don't have Clarity on your funnel, stick with me. I will get you a link for how to install that very shortly. It's awesome and it's completely free. So, Kimberly, I can see for your time filter, you're filtering on the last 20 days, roundabout when you started your ad. We have 218 unique users. So it's 218 videos that we can go watch. Click that recording icon for me, please. That'll just take us into these exact videos. Now, I think, gang, it is so valuable. The hardest sell I've ever had to tell people over the past 7 years, whatever it's been, is, hey, take the first 2 hours of your day as a CEO and go watch your screen recordings. Go watch what people are doing on your funnels, and they will lead you to your conversions and your optimizations. You just got to take the time to watch. And that's a hard sell for a CEO, and I kind of get it. But now we have AI. 2025 is a beautiful time to be alive. So top right, summarize recordings.
I did go through them, but it's kind of like, okay, custom select or top recordings.
I like to just do top recordings. The AI is going to pull the recordings that gave you the most data, like the longest screen time, the most clicks and actions, and it's just going to go through your best recordings.
Okay.
Now it tells us what we're doing good and what we're doing bad.
Okay, good.
So I know you already know this, Kimberly, and you've gone through it. What kind of things are you seeing? Oops, I'm sorry. Start your screen share again. I meant to delete my drawing.
That's okay. People seem to scroll down. They read is what I've noticed. Not all, but they read it all. They read my background. They read what they're going to get, and then they click off. So I'm like, what am I missing? But we changed the verbiage just this past week, so I feel like I should give it another week to try.
Absolutely.
I think my other coach is like, in 48 hours, if it doesn't work, try something else. But I kind of feel like people need time. And so if you give it another week, let's see what this new verbiage is. Let's see if they click in and get the one-time offer. But I was surprised because when I saw them go through it, it was like that one hesitation to fill out their name and like purchase it, right? So that's what I noticed, but I can rewatch them again now and see if I notice something different.
And are you using a 1-step or a 2-step order form?
I think it's a 1-step.
Cool. So these are the things that we're going to split test and we're going to try, Kimberly, and we're going to fix. You're seeing people are hesitant to fill out the order form. We'll put in a 2-step order form and we can see if we reduce friction with that. technically adding a two-step order form is adding another step in the journey. So it is technically adding friction, but we want to test all these things. And Kimberly, I agree with your mindset. Instead of just trying to create all these things all the time, throwing spaghetti against the wall, seeing what works, instead focus on one funnel. And Russell's told everybody this for the past decade. Stop slinging out tons of different funnels every other day with tons of different offers. Just stick to one and nail the marketing on the one. If I had to guess, from looking at your funnel and seeing the words on the funnel, I think we need to focus more on the customer and the transformation that they will receive when they take this course, the specific outcome that you're virtually guaranteeing that they will have. So it's just nailing the marketing, Kimberly. That's all it is. And you have sales on the front. You have sales on the time that you're trying to nail the marketing. So I'm super happy with all this, and I couldn't agree with you more. Heads down, hunker down, only focus on this funnel, not any others.
Right. And I
So,
think I just have a quick
please.
question.
Yeah.
I noticed, some people, and they may be older, whatever, but they had technical difficulties. I saw somebody clicking all over the place, and I don't think their computer internet or something wasn't working with them. So when I see like, addressing technical issues like dead clicks and
Mm-hmm.
JavaScript errors, I don't think I have any. I think we went through them and I tested this before that it all should work. So I feel like sometimes it's just the personal computer connection, right? Because I don't think we have any JavaScript errors or any dead clicks. I think all of those buttons work.
You are correct, Kimberly. So in Microsoft Clarity, I can give Clarity my funnel, and I can also tell Clarity element by element which elements are in my funnel. And that's really what we have to do to get rid of the JavaScript error. You do not have any JavaScript errors. So
Okay.
what I just explained there of building the funnel, logging my elements into Clarity, you would log all of your button IDs, and then it can read the buttons properly.
Okay.
That just takes a little time. And honestly, you don't need it right now. It's
Okay.
not super important. What you have is perfect. We went through your funnel. It is functioning. It is great. So you can disregard all JavaScript errors. They are not real. It's just Clarity not having access to certain things.
Okay, that's fine. And it's also saying consider optimizing the landing page. So, like you said, just go back and reiterate what's important to the client and how they're going to get out, what they're going to get out of it, and just make it
Yes.
sharper, right? Sharper, tighter, cleaner.
That's exactly right.
And that way they can be engaged, hooked, right?
Yes.
So to
Kimberly,
speak.
have you called the 4 people that purchased?
I've called one. I haven't called all 4.
Cool. I want to see you be a CEO here. This is same advice for everybody. If
Yep.
any of you guys brought me this, I would tell you the exact same thing. I want you to call all 4 people that purchased on the funnel. And I want you to say,
where do you find that? Where do you find that?
ooh, I can show you that in just a minute.
Okay.
I want you to call these people, and I want you to thank them for joining. I want you to tell them how excited you are for them to have this reset. And then I want you to ask them, hey, I'm just curious, why did you buy? And have a conversation. Write down everything. Me personally, I would have the phone on speaker and I would have like Loom recording, so I could just have the conversation naturally, and then Loom would transcribe it for me. I always do better on phone calls that way when I'm focused on the call and not taking notes. But call them and hear from the horse's mouth, why did they buy this thing? And a lot of times what we hear in these early on calls transforms our marketing. It transforms our headline. It transforms the deliverable that we're promising them. Because many times we're like, oh man, I think it's for this. Like, let's talk 3 major markets: health, wealth, relationship. Maybe as a Kundalini yoga instructor, you're probably leaning into relationship. So most of your marketing is probably about relationship, either relationship with self or relationship with others. But you might have these 4 phone calls and you might hear all your customers say, no, it's not about relationship. I'm doing this for my own personal health. Oh, well, great. Now we go tweak the headlines. We're going to tweak the story about how this is great for your health. And then next thing you know, we just do one little change like that, and our conversions go from 1 to 3, 1 to 5. And then we call these new people and we ask them questions, and it's right from the horse's mouth every single time. In Clarity, It's saying a lot of people are leaving quickly. So
Did it
if
say
you,
that? Okay.
yeah, I saw that as your unsuccessful attempts.
Okay.
So anytime somebody is leaving the page quickly, there's two things that come to mind. Number one, congruency. I didn't look at your ad. That was my fault. We can definitely look at that next week. But what you're saying in the ad, you need to be restating above your fold. So whatever you're talking about in the ad, whatever transformation, whatever deliverable, whatever things you're saying in the ad, you're above the fold of the funnel should mimic that exactly. Also, design. However you've designed the ad, if you have certain color schemes or palettes that you're running, for instance, if your ad is using orange as a color, but your funnel has these green banners up top, that is uncongruent. And a customer might click on the ad and land on a funnel page. Like, they might see the ad. Remember, gang, everybody who clicks on your ad has intent to buy. So whenever you're looking at ad stats, how many clicks you're getting, that's 200 something people that wanted to buy this. And as marketers, we're just removing the friction points, and congruency is a big one I find. If your ad is all about orange coloring and bold coloring, and they come to this funnel and it's not orange and it's not bold and it looks completely different, a customer gets confused. They're like, ooh, am I in the right place? I don't think this is the right place. And a confused mind always says no, and they're gone. So
Right.
tightening up congruency and making sure that it's completely congruent. Also, our hooks and our headlines, right? Non-congruent would be in the ad. I'm talking about how apples are the savior to your health issues. And then they click the ad and they go to the funnel, and on the funnel is an image of oranges. And my headline says oranges will save your life. Well, that's uncongruent. I know that's a super easy example, and you're probably not that uncongruent, but congruency. So also the hook, right? Anytime somebody's leaving quickly, that means they clicked on an ad, they got to the funnel page, and either the hook, or in your case, maybe the hero image, but it's everything above the fold. So
Okay.
let's just make that our first split test. I think you just started this split test recently, correct?
Yeah, I was going to give it the weekend at least, right? I think it needs a little time.
I like that. You've had enough data come in where, excuse me, I would call your funnel a 1% converting funnel right now. For every 100 people that hit the funnel, you're making one sale. So I think you can start making changes on batches of 1 or 200, Kimberly.
Okay.
You know, if 100 people go through the split test and you see that you didn't make a sale on the split test out of 100, well, then you'll see. So somebody, let me get my, somebody comes in, they go to here, and you have 100 page views, right? It's like, okay, I got 100 page views on my test, but I made 0 sales. Well, you can look at your control then and say, my control also got 100 page views and it did make a sale. Well, great. We can easily see my control is out converting my variation. So we would kill the split test, and we'd start a new one. Batches of 1 and 200. You can start making really quick decisions here. Does that make sense?
That's terrific. Yeah. So 1 and 200, and then I look here on the page views and who opts in. So this will tell me right here in this section, right?
That's exactly right. You can just look there. That's your quick stats. That's exactly what they're meant for. So you can just quickly look at the funnel and see exactly what's happening.
Okay. All right. I'll keep it for the weekend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. I also wanted to send you this. I meant to send you this yesterday. By the way, sorry everybody for yesterday who was here. I lost Wi-Fi, and then it was a whole thing getting it back. So apologies for that. And then I tried to make a post in the community, but I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't. It was just crazy. Anyway, I just put a link. Oops. There it is. I just put a link in the chat for you. That's for a Christine Morel funnel. And as you look at that, Kimberly, I'd love for you to use this as your funnel hack example. Look at how clean the page is.
The funny one?
Yeah. Make funny ads.
Okay.
It's for a mini course.
Yep.
She started this mini course at $17 back in the day. It is now up to $47. But I think you could mimic this. I mean, exactly. A little more of a tranquil design, a little more of a tranquil feel for Kundalini yoga. I think tranquil would be the right feel, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so a little more tranquil. Christine Morel's super upbeat and super happy, and she's all about making fun times. So she has a more like upbeat design, a more,
Mhm.
yeah, a little more poppy design. So you just change your coloring really. But as you look through the funnel, it's just fantastic. And you
Okay.
can see everything that she's doing here. You don't
Okay.
have to do all of this. You've already got a funnel, it's already converting, you're making sales, we're doing great. I would just like you to look through Christine's and find out what she has that you don't have. And
Okay.
more so, look at the copy and
Okay.
look at how she is just breaking down logically as people are reading through the funnel. She's answering the questions they would have ahead of time, and she does a great job showing the transformation they're going to receive. Go from not making sales to making sales, right?
Right.
Super simple, but it'd be a great thing for you to model.
Okay. I'll take a look at that. Thank you so much.
Awesome, you got it, Kimberly. All right. Let me hop over to George. I haven't seen George in a minute. George, good to see you, brother. How can I help today? George is running back right now.
Hey Dante, hey family, long time. It's been super busy on our end. We had a huge makeup class that was really successful, as well as the Congressional Black Caucus was last week. So we got booked for like 25 makeovers for like all types of different congressmen and congressional people.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Tell me you videoed that and you're turning it into short form content.
oh yes, in fact, Dante, we our social media has been growing up. We had post that has done 6 million views, almost
Uh,
million, like 200,000 likes. So we're scaling from that perspective. I'll be real quick this afternoon, Dante.
sure.
Um, so I heard what you were telling Kim about, sticking to one funnel, and the vitamin C funnel is going really well. Uh,
Great.
but as we plan for Thanksgiving, it's also my wife's birthday month, and so I want to do like a birthday funnel for her as well. So I'm planning all these other things in addition to keeping the vitamin C funnel rolling.
Mm,
My question is, I'm gonna share my screen really quickly.
please.
So Dante, I was working on a lash funnel,
Yeah.
and I just had a question with my cart. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I just wanted to get you in, or I was trying to join in on Tuesday, but it just got hectic. I
Mm,
wanted to see your suggestion. So I'm trying to use the V curve on our lashes, but we have different variants for lash types.
mm.
So I have it configured in the products, but I'm not sure how to get this page or code the page. So, I mean, obviously, we want people to select the best value of lashes, but I also want them to be able to pick the variant that they want. Like some lashes are longer, some are shorter, some are more wispier. And so I just haven't figured out what would be the best way to get this to come across on the order form, doing a two-step order. Uh, does this make sense? Are you kind of tracking what
Yes,
I'm
I
asking
think what you're
for?
trying to say is if somebody chooses that 3 pack of lashes, what if they want one desire, one flirt, one authority?
Exactly. So I haven't figured out how to do that. And I reached out to support. They said it wasn't possible, but I'm sure you and Trey have seen someone with a similar problem. So I'm just trying to see like what the workaround would
Uh huh.
possibly be. Because I guess one potential workaround is that I take the number, like take the quantity out, and then they can just see all the different variants, and then maybe I have to hard code the price once they get it in the cart. I don't know. So that's something that's I've been kind of racking my brain on for like the last week and a half, and I haven't been able to join the calls to get much support on this.
Yeah, I saw you were able to join a couple days ago, but it was like right as I was closing it down. Sorry about that. So, this is an awesome question, George. I've actually been talking with our head of ecom about this exact thing. and I know he's been working on it for a while. So here we have two options, George. Number one option is I'm going to do this anyway. He gets back on Monday, and I will get with him on Monday morning, and I can figure out if we have a no code solution for this exact thing right here.
Okay.
If we don't, I can plug you in with the right guy that can make a simple code solution for you so that you can do this.
Okay.
Would you want that?
Yes.
Cool. So, I got your email, I got your Facebook, I got everything for George. Let me do some research. Let me get with Ecom guy. Maybe he can help me out over the weekend. We can check this out.
Okay. Thank
You're
you so
right on
much.
track. V curve pricing should be the thing here. And it might be just as simple as adding more drop down boxes. So that if they choose 3, we hard code 3 drop down boxes there, and they have to choose the ones. We'll start them unselected, so they have to choose. Even if they want 3 desires, there'll be 3 boxes. They choose 3 desires. I can think of a couple different ways to get around this. So either way, we got your back on it, George.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I was trying to like play around in the background and figure out some workarounds, and I've just been kind of struggling with this piece. But everything else, I feel pretty good about.
Cool.
And then strategy, like for my wife's birthday, I think I want to just give her course away. So I configured her course in ClickFunnels, but we also have a school page. So maybe
Okay.
on Monday I can talk and get some more strategy about how I would like to like have a low product offer, maybe like $9 that people can just support my wife for her birthday, which would be on October 20th. So it's coming up. I think we're like less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I love that, George. Easy strategy. Your school, does your school have the course inside of it?
Yes.
It does.
I have the course, the same course in the school and ClickFunnels.
Okay. And is that in your free school community?
Yes, but my free school community, I can I can pretty much configure it to be paid or not paid. Not the community, but I can you can lock down certain features within school. So I can
Yes, by tiers, and
by
they have
tiers
to
and
pay
stuff
to
like
get to
that.
the next tier. Yes, yes,
Right.
yes. Okay, 2 options then. Number 1, you can just make the course in ClickFunnels. You can make it completely free, and you could just run people to that. But your end goal here, George, is not just to get people to take the course. You want them in your community too, right? So you can
Correct.
start engaging them and making positive impressions. What I would have you do here, George, is I would have you just, if the community's already in if the course is already in a free school community, I would tell you to just run ads to the community. Special 2 weeks only, offer ends on the day after her birthday, get free access to our community and this amazing course to help you do this thing. Just run them right to school. And then in your school course, I would probably embed some buttons that's like, hey, do you want to send my wife a birthday? Do you want to buy my wife a birthday drink? Or do you want to cash in? My wife is giving away her lashes at an unprecedented rate. So do you want to use my wife's birthday? Do you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah. So
I
like
would just put
give
those buttons, and I would put those call to actions in the course inside of school. Run all your traffic to that. They can take the course, you can engage them inside of school, and then because they're in school, you could be having your birthday posts going out, right? One of the greatest things that we can do as marketers right now is find ways to get this little black box to ding in somebody's pocket. If I can
right.
get this to ding in their pocket, I have their attention, and those with the attention win. So run them to school, get them right in the community, get them right into the course, delivering value. Have those birthday posts coming out, 1 post a day. You could then push, you could make your own custom order forms in ClickFunnels, right? And you could make an order form that is set up with donation amounts. Like Charlie, by the way, does this in his community for bourbon lovers.
Yeah, the Bourbonado.
Yeah, he has tons of people that want to donate. So he just made a custom order form and he put donation quantities, $20, $30, $50, $75, $100. And then he said, for other amounts, please just email me at. So you could do that exact same thing. Make order forms for donations. You could make, like you're doing right now, make a really simple, quick order form for the lashes where you can give amazing deals and discounts. All the things you're doing. I guess, end of the day, what I'm saying, easily to understand, is don't use your ClickFunnels course in this case. Just run it all straight to school.
Got it. So quick question for clarification.
Yep.
I'm going to run the ads to the school, but like you're saying, make an order form. So should I do an order form without the advertorial? Like, how's that look?
Yeah. Yeah, George. Just make what you're making right here, like a cart funnel. Scroll me up a little bit. Bingo. Just this. Just send them to an order form. I literally want this order form to be like you have it right up top here, like a cart kind of design where they can see the image, they can see the product, and they can have the order form. Down below, I want you to have a breakdown of the different types of lashes that you have available, their features and benefits. Then just customer testimonials, right? Maybe if you have some really attractive imagery for the different types of lashes, you know, maybe you'll want to put like the imagery down there. These lashes are guaranteed to last for 3 weeks or 10 showers or however lashes work, but just information about the product and then reviews. That's it. Easy order form.
Okay.
Same thing with like the donations. Give my wife a birthday gift. Man, you don't even need product images. You don't even need testimonials down below. You just need what you have right here, a beautiful picture of your wife on the left-hand side, which will not be hard for you to find, an order form on the right-hand side. Done. Down below, you might have one more section. That's another great image of your wife saying, thank you so much for being a part of the community. And it means the world to me that you would think of me or share with me on my birthday. I just feel blessed. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Right? Or maybe a picture instead, George, maybe a picture of you down below. And it's you making a video. Ooh, that's what I want. On the donations, I want a video of you down below the order form. And I want you to make that video. Hey guys, George here. I'm just throwing this together for my wife. Tons of people have reached out saying they want to show my wife support on her birthday, or they just want to buy her a drink on her birthday. So thank you for any donation amount. Thank you. It's going to mean the world to her. We've already had a ton come through, and I'm really excited thinking every day about when it's her birthday and I get to show her all the people that cared and all the people that wanted to share the day with her. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you as part of our community. Have an amazing day. Done.
That's fantastic, Dante. Thank you so much for the uplift on that. 2 quick points. So for the ad perspective, what are you thinking about how much money I should be pushing towards the ads? Because it's not like a product, right? Or I guess I could figure out how much it would be worth to us, but you know, normally for a product you do 3 times the amount and then you run it. But I just getting a ballpark, like how much money I should be putting behind the ad for that.
Well, I would be turning this into a promotion. I would be turning this into an offer, and I would be saying, you know, when's your wife's birthday again?
October 20th.
So I would be, so I'd be pumping. This is limited time only. I'd be pumping. Like personally, so getting people into your community is huge. Community is the new currency. So that's only a good thing to get people in the community. I would turn this into like a real promotion. I'd be making multiple ads and I'd be running multiple ads for this. I would say, dude, no less than $50 a day. Okay. No less. Because especially knowing that we're going to be saying, hey, support my wife on her birthday, and knowing that we can then throw other products their way. Even if you just sent them to like some Shopify product pages, if you had to.
Yeah, they can come to our store. Worst case.
Yeah, right. Like, man, we should be able to monetize every single step of the way here just by making offers to the people whose interest and attention we now have. I would be really trying to work this. I'd be spending at least $50 a day because, and I say that, George, because the ad you can run is just a Facebook engagement ad. You're just running a Facebook engagement campaign. There's no call to action. They're not buying in the ad. So you're just able to put this ad in front of people, and you're going to be able to get people to join your school for like $1, 50 cents.
Yeah.
Really low cost. So now it's 50 cents to $1 for me to get people into my community where I now have their attention and I can hit them with other upsells and cross sells.
Right.
You should be able to be profitable from put a 5-day lag on it. So if you launch on Monday, you should be able to be profitable by Friday at the very least. You know, you should be able to be profitable day one, but at least by Friday. Does that all make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense. Yeah, I
Sweet.
mean, we're just getting caught up with just being busy with everything. Like the 1 year anniversary of this store is actually on Sunday. It's just life has been lifing, but it's all good things. So definitely wanted to, just get some time here to get some strategy. So yeah, no, great advice, and I'm gonna work on implementing that. Hopefully, I can get some things cooked up for next week so I can pump the ads.
That sounds amazing, George. Amazing.
Right. Thanks, Dante. Thanks, everyone. Hey, oh, and then my last thing, Dante.
Yeah.
You got a funnel I can hack for that birthday type? What you suggested?
You know, I don't. I don't. I've only seen a few of them because most times they're just done privately. Like over the years, most times a business would have a list and they would send out email campaigns to their list, sending them to private funnels they're not running ads to. So I haven't seen a ton of it. And also the stuff I have seen, they take it down after the birthday. So I don't really have a great example here of what to do. I could share with you, but I would just say do what I said. Attractive image of your wife on the page with an order form and then videos of you down below explaining the thing.
Got it. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna give them my social media team today, and then we'll start shooting.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good stuff, George.
All right. Appreciate you, everyone. Thanks, Dante.
Absolutely. Okay, let me hop over to Carrie. I don't think I've had a chance to speak with Carrie yet. How are you today, Carrie?
Hi. Oh, one sec. Let me put my camera on.
There we go.
You
Oh,
see
you
me?
got the little blocker on your camera, don't you?
Oh, 1 second. I've got it. Should be going over to my. I've got my actual camera. Oh, okay. I'm just going to use the computer camera. It's going to do.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Good to see you again, Carrie.
Hi. Yeah. Good to see you too. So in the time since we last spoke, I went away. I created my lead magnet.
Nice.
And I've started to build out a funnel. Now, I just grabbed one of the off-the-shelf lead magnet funnels.
Okay.
And I've started to input in there. If I can share my screen,
That'd
then
be
maybe
great.
I can show you. Oh, one sec. Let me come out of there.
Ooh, hey, Scott, that's on your ClickFunnels dashboard. You just go to myclickfunnels.com. You'll be taken to the dashboard. Scroll down just a little bit. In the middle of the screen, you'll see a calendar with all events.
You know what you can have, Benny? You can take the baby, huh? You can take him over there while I do this. Yeah, take him. You got it? Yeah, it's heavy.
You're making me miss mine now.
1 second. Okay, so share my screen. Here we go. Okay. Can you see that?
Gotcha.
All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff so I can. Oh, look, I see you. Okay, yeah, so this is what I've started to do in here. And I've just been wondering about the copy of this and if it's clear what it is that they're downloading.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like this. Healing starts with nervous system safety. Download my 5 daily rituals, scientifically proven to regulate your nervous system and soothe your pain. I feel like we should just make that instead. You're saying healing starts with nervous system safety, not more effort. And then we're saying 5 daily rituals, which is effort, right? So I think we should just change up copy just a little bit. Healing starts with nervous system safety.
Yeah.
Download my effortless guide
Okay.
to start healing your nervous system today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, so I think that'll be a great start. I love that. Look, it brings the copy up as well. A little less copy brings the button right here. One thing on buttons, I would typically tell you to start with a different icon. My favorite icon to use is either a mouse, you know, like a mouse you would use for your mouse and keyboard, or we have an arrow that's like a click icon. I would probably tell you to use the mouse or the click to start, because we need to show people that this is the button they want to click. For instance, your button just says send me the rituals. So we can add different text to the button. You can see we have subtext right here. So I might make my subtext say, click here to get your rituals, or click here to start eliminating chronic pain.
Would you do it with the cap click here to download? Sorry, what did you say? Click here to download the rituals?
Yes.
Or
bingo.
Yeah, and then we can change this one, huh? To
You could probably just keep that.
Okay.
I would put yes before. Yes, send me the rituals.
Yeah.
Yes, in caps.
Yeah.
Bingo. Let's click off to the side, take a look.
Oh, we want to get rid of that icon, huh? Let's get rid of the icon.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's just delete that for now, huh?
Bingo. And then go through, find either the mouse or the pointer icon.
Sorry, I just want to change that. I don't want to say rituals twice, so I just want to say guide, huh? Oh.
Yep.
Can
and
I say that?
Probably make it, personally, I would probably make it say click here to start eliminating chronic pain.
Here to start.
Can I have a banana?
Yeah, you can have a banana. When I'm on the camera, they want to come to me all the time. They ignore me all the time, and then suddenly everyone wants me. What do you think about the color? I mean, I've not really looked at the color.
It's interesting you just asked me that, Carrie, because as I've been sitting here thinking, you said you're following people who are doing this exact thing, or you know of people doing this exact thing, correct?
Not this exact thing really, but but like nervous system stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So Right. Right. Okay. I'm gonna take your screen share just here. All right. And how I got to this? How I got here is I went to Google.
Okay.
Are you gonna let me go back? Yeah. I went to Google. I typed in nervous system reset. I went past the blogs that are all trying to sell me supplements, and I clicked on the first link I had, and it took me here. She's quite obviously selling her book, and she doesn't have any like real marketing on this page. Yeah, there's no real like marketing here, so I wouldn't be looking at this too much at copy. But as soon as you saw this page, you went, yeah. So that's the design, right? That's the design of the page, the feel that it made you have when you first hit So I'd love for you to just start funnel hacking. You have all the
Yeah.
people that you know of that are currently doing this thing. I'd like you to go to their funnels, go to their pages, go see what they have. And you're going to see some are going to have good copy and you can funnel hack that copy. But really, I think it's just more about design. We can add a little bit of coloring to the page just to create that environment that we're trying to portray, which would be like calm and tranquility and health.
Yeah. Here she's got the get your hands on a copy here and stuff like that. Of her book. She's selling her book, right?
Yes.
Nervous system reset.
Yep. Yep. And that was jessicamcguire.com. But that's all I be doing from here, Carrie. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing on the funnel. It's a fantastic start. It's just like I was sharing with Kimberly earlier. Did you hear me go through that with Kimberly?
No, what I don't know. I don't think so.
The funnels, gang, funnels are iterative processes. Rarely do we nail the marketing on our first try, right? Most times, I mean, Carrie, I can't tell you how many people I've seen that took 6 months of trying and trying and trying until they finally got the marketing right and they were able to say the right message to their people, and then conversions happened. So number one, we need to launch. We need to get that funnel out there live. We need to get people interacting with it so we can get the data and then make data-driven decisions. So if you want to dress it up, I'm totally fine with that. If you want to try and implement a little bit better design to it, totally fine with that. But aside from that, I'm not really super concerned. My concern is getting it launched and live.
Okay, great.
Great job, Carrie. Really proud of you. You did awesome, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, gang, please give me just 2 seconds. I am going to be right back. And then by the time I'm back, I bet Russell's here and we're going to have a great time. I'll be right with you in 2 seconds. All right, BEA, beautiful, gang. And look at that. I was right. He is ready. So let's go ahead and get everybody in here. Bingo, bango. Good to see you all here today. Welcome, welcome. We are just a minute shy of 12 o'clock, but we can get started a little bit early. We're all excited to do the thing. And bingo, look, there he is. Russell's here with us. Good morning, Russell. Good to see you, man. How are you?
What's up, Dante? I miss you, man. How you been?
I missed you, man. I missed you like a fat kid misses cake. You kidding me? Good to see you. Hey, how are the arms?
Oh, insane. Look at these things. Boom, boom. Complete extension. I'm curling, but what I was doing before, getting everything rebuilt out so I can start competing again in a couple months. So yeah, basically flawless, you know.
Flawless and perfect. What else do you expect?
Yeah.
Man, well, it's so good to have you back here. We have experts aplenty, and I think we have some prime movers in here with us today as well.
Very
Super
cool. Very
excited
cool.
about that. Welcome, any prime movers. Great to have you guys here in the One Funnel Away Challenge. It is 12 o'clock, and that means it is experts only. Gang, if you guys are an expert and you want help with your one-to-many presentation, that is what this session is for. So to be able to ask Russell Brunson himself a question, lucky you guys today, all you need to do is raise your hand. At the bottom of Zoom, you'll see a little heart that says react. If you click that heart, a pop-up shows up and there'll be a physical button that says raise hand. Just click that button. It'll raise your hand, get you added to the list. We're going to have a great time here today. You ready for it, Russell?
Oh, I'm ready. Ready as I'm ever going to be.
Come on with it. Dr. Kurt is going to be first. How can we help today, Dr. Kurt?
Well, I did my first pre-launch webinar last night. Had 7 people on, 4 made it to the end. They did
Nice.
not enter via the funnel, so I don't have any data through the funnel, but I had trouble with the logistics of being able to share my screen and still be able to see who was on the call and be able to see if they raised their hand or anything like that. So my question was really designed for Dante, but since Russell's here, he's the man. So hopefully, I'm not a tech guy, so I struggled with that, and then I just put my head down and I said, you know what, I talked for for an hour and 17 minutes, and people enjoyed it. They felt like my passion shined through. I didn't want to be distracted by the technology. I just wanted to do the webinar. But I
Yeah,
didn't feel like I interacted at all with anyone. I didn't ask questions. I didn't challenge them. I didn't get any, yeah, that makes sense to me.
yeah,
So at the end, we stayed on, the 4 of them and I, and they had a couple of interesting observations that'll help.
cool. Well, I got two things for you, and then we'll see what Dante wants to tag team as well. The first one is, do you have one monitor or two monitors?
One, I have one
I'd rec
across. I have another one across the room, but I can't see the 2 of them together.
Yeah, so I know I'm a big monitor fan. I hate laptops because I can't work on little monitors, and so I've actually have 3 right here. So I have like but it's nice because having at least two, it's hard to do a webinar with just one screen because of what you're saying, right? There's the chat, there's the comments, there's the stuff, and then you have your presentation. And I don't know if you're using Google Slides or PowerPoint, but like if you have speaker notes, you can't see them if you've got one monitor because then everyone's gonna see your speaker notes, right? So I highly recommend if you want to like dominate the webinar game, is just getting 2 monitors. Like it changes everything. So then I have my slides right here, but I have presenter view that pops up on my right hand side, so I can see it right here, and I have my chats over here. So that way I'm going, and then if I need something, I look over real quick, and I can see it. I can comment if I come back, and that's the easiest way. So that'd be my first vote, and then my second vote is I remember, man, this was the first year of ClickFunnels. So it was brand new. I remember because I was going to post this video and share it, but Russell, the first year of ClickFunnels, I was working late hours, not eating healthy, and I was about this big in my face, and the video is like, anyway, I'm not proud of what I looked like back then. I'm just like, oh, poor little Russell. He was working so hard and eating a lot, and anyway. But otherwise, I would post the video for y'all. But I did this event downtown Boise. I had my inner circle and my Ignite group at the time. We had 150 people in the room, and I've been teaching about webinars, and a lot of them were just like, for somebody like they just wouldn't do it, right? Like, so I was like, they came in and for a day we taught on webinars, and I was like, I'm gonna show you, like, you're gonna witness me doing a webinar right now. And so we had to pay extra to hardwire in like internet access. We promoted it. And so we promoted this webinar. We ended up getting about 300 people on the webinar. And I stood on stage and I did the entire webinar live with everybody. And so I did the webinar, did the pitch, did the close, and then when we wrapped the show up, we ended. It was crazy. We got standing ovation, everyone's going crazy. And then I took a break, and afterwards I came back and we did Q&A with everybody to see. And the biggest aha that people had was this. I was interacting with the audience the whole time, but I never once actually looked at the audience. They're like, when I'm doing a webinar, I'm looking at the chat, I'm answering things, I'm back and forth. And I said, I used to do that, but the problem is like every once in a while you get some yahoos in there and he's like, Russell sucks. Check out this article over here that somebody wrote. Oh, there's this YouTube. And like, there's always some Yahoo in the comments doing stupid stuff. And so I'm trying to present, be happy. I look over, I get caught off. And then like, and so for me, 99% of the time when I do webinars now, again, I have it over here, but I'm not actually interacting with the audience. I'm interacting with them, but it's play, it's show, because I don't want to get derailed by one person, one negativity, one thing that can throw off everything, right? And so I'd be in there like, all right, everyone, type in the comments if you can see, if you're here today. All right, okay, people coming from Cincinnati, from Chicago, from New York, from like this. Okay, we got people from all over the world. This is amazing. All right, I got a question for you guys. How many guys are interested? If that's you, type in 1 in the comments. Type in 1. Okay, a lot of ones. How about 2s? And I'm just like playing as if I'm seeing it, but I'm not, because I don't want to get thrown off. And so that was the biggest aha I had during that time, is people were like, this whole time I've been trying to interact with the comments and kept throwing me off, or I get overwhelmed, or it would kill momentum. And like I realized watching you that you actually didn't actually interact at all. You're pretending like you're playing like you're interacting to keep the engagement and stuff, but you're actually just delivering the presentation. And so that was like their big aha. So that would be the other side, is just pretend like you're interacting, but you don't actually have to be interacting. You know what I mean? So those
Yeah.
are my two points. Anything you'd add, Dante?
Not really. I'm just curious when you would say like, oh, we got Cincinnati, Chicago, Detroit. Oh my gosh, this is everybody from all over the world. You didn't even look at chat. You just named off some cities.
Yeah, there's so many cities. I just thought about them. London, we're going Belarus. We got people in Chile, in Santiago. I don't need, holy cow, they're coming through so fast right now. We got people, Boise, people in Boise today. This is so exciting. Boise, Chicago, Salt Lake City, Florida, Miami. We got 3 Miami people. This is insane. Okay, guys, we got people from everywhere. This is insane. I'm so excited today to get started. Dubai, we got some Dubai people. And if anything pops in my head, I just write random out. If I do have my 2 monitors and I have the thing over there, I'll look and I'll like actually see stuff. But again, it's just like a glimpse just to like keep me if I can't think of a city name. But if I can't see it, I just keep rolling.
Okay, and there may be questions and comments that you would probably want to respond to, but you can't pay
No,
attention to that too much. You have to be focused.
if I'm doing a stage presentation, the worst thing you can do is
Yeah.
answer those questions live.
Yeah.
It's like if I was on stage trying to do a pitch and someone's raising their hand, I'm like, I'm not calling on anybody. Like they may have a question, but that's going to derail somebody, everyone else from buying. So like if you think about an actual perfect webinar that you are delivering, like it is a scripted stage presentation. And so what I will do though is I will do the presentation. And I'll look at their questions and see if they're valid, right? And I always say, like, if you have questions, drop in the comments. I'll try to answer. Some of my team will try to answer, but just drop any questions you have in there. And so what I do is I export the questions before the next one and be like, ooh, that's a valid point. I should address that. Or like, ooh, they're getting stuck here. Let me figure out how I can tweak the slides. And so, but I would never in the middle of a scripted presentation stop to take a question because you have no idea what rabbit hole it could go down. That derails the sell. Sometimes people go on rabbit holes for 10, 15 minutes and then it kills the momentum. So for me, when I'm doing a scripted webinar, it's all about momentum. Now, if I'm doing training, it's different, right? Like if I'm fulfilling on the thing I sold, yes, do Q&A, answer questions, all sorts of stuff. But in a scripted 90-minute, it's a sales presentation. It's not a Q&A. In fact, Funnel Hacking Live, you'd always get people who are like, do you mind if I just do Q&A with the audience? And so I always said no. And then one time, Tom Bilyeu was like,
They liked it.
well, so I'm talking. Anyway, Tom Bilyeu was like, bro,
That's
please
what's
let me
up.
do Q&A. And I was like, fine, you do Q&A. And sure enough, we put up the microphones and he does his little 30-minute presentation. Like, I got 15 minutes for Q&A. People run the microphones and the first lady is some insane person who asked some crazy question that had nothing to do with anything. They went down this rabbit hole for 20 minutes. They just confused the audience, got people like out of state. And then it was just, and I was like, that's why we don't Q&A live. Like, so yeah. Hope that helps. But I do tell them like if you have questions, drop them in the thing. I'll try to answer them if I can. If not, some of my team will try to answer them. But make sure you, as you get stuck, drop those questions in there, and that way you have it for the updating your slides for round 2.
Okay.
And Russell, one of the most perfect things about the perfect webinar is it hits all the right beats at the right time, and it keeps people actually engaged for the entire presentation to get them to a stack and close where you're going to get this and this and this and this and this and this. Normally this, today only this, and you're not going to ever touch that part of the presentation. After the stack and close, you can hit it with like a 15-minute timer to make a decision, and then maybe after that timer is when you might come back and address some questions you saw in the chat. Is that right?
100%, yeah. And most questions get answered throughout the content. I know they're asking them but it's like you're asking because you opened a loop over here that you're going to close over here, and so it's like it gets answered. So by the time it's answered, like, what questions do you guys have? And usually at that point, the questions are just buying questions. Like, can I put on 2 cards? Like, when's the last day I can sign up for? Like that. Those are the actual questions that end up happening post pitch, and those are the questions that matter the most. So yeah, I usually do a 15 to 30-minute Q&A at the end of the webinar. Because that point it's just trying to push people, get them off the fence, but it doesn't derail from the presentation.
Okay, great.
Very
Awesome.
cool.
Any more questions, Dr. Kurt?
Not that I can think of right now. Logistics, like this probably isn't the right time to ask it, but like I wasn't able to see what slide number I was on, and I had a whole bunch of notes for the different slides, like what I wanted to say, so that they wouldn't see the notes and have them, that part of it included. But I couldn't figure out the logistics of how I could know what slide I was on and still have the full screen.
Do you do it in Google Slides or
Yes.
PowerPoint? Oh, Google. Okay, let me show you. I am a Google Slide master. This is my domain. In fact, you guys want to see how many Google Slides I've had?
Yeah.
Okay, this will freak you out. Be prepared. I think I've done more. I think I should own stock in Google Slides because, okay, so each of these is a folder with more. For example, like here's inside event slides. Like these are all individual events, and each event, so Funnel Hacking Live. So here's every slide deck from 2015 all the way. So there's like a billion, right? So 2025, here's all the presentations I did 2025 at FHL. So let's just say I'm taking this one, right? Because this is me pitching something. So I'm pitching this thing. So when I do Google Slides, so if I'm here, right, what most do is you click on slideshow and it overruns the whole screen, right? And so you're going through and you're like, oh crap, I can't see my slide notes. I don't know where I'm at. What's coming next? And so what I do instead is I go like this and you do it in presenter view. And what it does, it pops up the main screen. This is why I have two monitors, right? So this will be on my main screen. So this is what the audience is going to see. Let me show you. So this is what the audience is going to see. And so as I click through, they see this. And so that's the audience thing. But then what Google Slides gives me is this presenter view. So this is what's sitting on my second monitor on the right-hand side. And so what's cool about this is you see, this is the current slide that's live. This is back one slide, and this is forward one slide. And these are my slide notes. So as I click through, if I have slide notes, it shows up right here in this pane. Does that make sense? And so
Yes.
I keep that one on my second monitor on the side. One thing that throws me off though is it shows the one slide backwards, and this always confuses me. So literally, I have a sticky note right here, and I take the sticky note and I literally take it off and I put it on the monitor covering the left-hand slide because it just confuses my brain. Like, this is what I already said. Like, I don't want to see the previous slide. I just want to see the next slide. And so I cover this one up. I literally put a sticky note on my monitor so this one doesn't show up. Then I see, here's what the audience sees live. Here's the next thing they're seeing. Here's my speaker notes for that slide. And then it's just right there. So if I'm doing this, like, again, I'm right monitor. So I'm gonna come back. So you see me talking, like I'm ahead of me, they're seeing the slides, I'm clicking through, and I'm looking to the right here where I'm seeing next slide, slide notes, next slide. I'm just kind of bouncing back and forth here. And again, for me, I'll have the chat open on the left-hand side so I can see it, so I can call out things I need to. But that's kind of how I structure it. And that's my big secret. So
Okay, great. Thank you.
yeah, no
So
worries.
interesting. I probably skipped that part of webinar, or I never knew that. So I was doing it opposite, Russell. And I just want to point it out because it's interesting. I just want everybody to know, like, find your way. Don't be scared to try things, right? Like, Russell wasn't scared to put a sticky note on his screen and just make the thing work for him. I typically put my presenter view right below the camera on that screen. And I'll put them on like this screen, what they're seeing. And I actually don't ever look at that. I just look at presenter view the entire time. So gang, do what works for you, but try with it. Do your practice sessions and figure out what's your perfect flow. And Dr. Carr, I love your question too. Hop back in on Monday. I'm going to have you join from your cell phone, and we're going to look at your studio, and I'm going to help you get that set up.
Okay,
Dr.
Tuesday.
Your mic's a little choppy too, just so you know.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, still a little fuzzy. It sounds like there's.
Still
Do you guys hear that
fuzzy?
too? Like the chords not all the way in or something. So it sounds like. Anyway.
I'll get my producer on that. Dr. Kurt, thanks a lot, man. Hey, let's hop over to Ryan. Ryan, good to see you.
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm like building my funnel while I'm waiting.
No worries. That's what I'd be doing right now too.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Russell. I appreciate you taking the time. But Dante's got me funnel hacking, one of Tony Robbins' funnels, the RPM course. I have a course to help people become location independent, become remote workers, and be able to live and travel all over the world. It's called Digital Nomad Nation Masterclass. So I'm funnel hacking this really long one-page Tony Robbins funnel, and I was wondering if I could share my screen and show you what I got. I'm like 80% done. And just see if you have any just thoughts of if that's okay.
What's the price point of what you're selling?
$297. It's a 9-module course. It's about 5 hours of video, 5.5 hours of video, and about 100 pages of like action plans.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
All right.
Are you selling just through a long form sales letter, or are you also doing a webinar to sell it?
So I've just started selling it. I just got the course done.
And here's my question, Russell. Would you ever sell a $297 product through a webinar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offersecrets.com is one of my auto webinars that sells a $297 offer. Yep.
And it's a typical 1.5 hour perfect webinar presentation.
Yep.
Nice.
Same model.
Can
Yeah,
you
for me,
guys
we're selling
screen?
tickets to selling online, and then it's selling online, then we sell more upgrade to our 10K. So that's the whole process. Yeah.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Sure can. What do you think of that above the fold, Russell? First thing that hits your mind when you see the page.
What's my first thing is pop quiz. I don't know what you're looking for.
I'm not
I
looking
think
for anything. I'm just looking for your natural organic. What do you think when you see it?
I think it's good. See, digital masterclass, turn your passion profits, join the masterclass. I think that very top section would get my access and the logo. I would shrinkify that because the most important thing someone hits is going to be your headline. And
Okay.
sometimes the logos and stuff sometimes are a barrier. All my designers are always like hardcore put logos. 9 times out of 10, I either delete the logo or I shrink it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I can do that.
What's the page you're funnel hacking? I want to see.
So right here, Tony Robbins RPM. So the color's a little bit different just because my colors are orange and black for like all my course, my podcast, all that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's go back to yours again. Cool. Even like your logo, I wonder if you pull it out of it's like it's so abrupt because it's got the orange block. Like, what if you pull the digital imagination, instead
Yeah.
of stacking it forwards deep, like almost making a longer version, it's just white. It's just more simple. Like you saw Tony Robbins, it's very simple logo. It's not distracting. Whereas
Yeah,
that one's just, it's it's 4 lines of
it's
text across.
distracting.
It's such a big thing, It's like, yeah,
Okay, I can just remove that.
yeah. Okay, it's looking good. I
This is
wonder
a
if Tony,
photo of
do you know, Dante, does
yeah.
Tony drive traffic directly to this page, or is it on the backside of a webinar or backside of some
Ooh,
kind of
that's a great
This
question.
is straight from Facebook ads.
okay.
Okay, so Facebook ad goes straight to that landing page
Yeah,
that you showed us.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. I found it in Facebook ad library.
I feel like, Ryan, if you take me up to the top, I don't even
Yeah.
think we need to get into the story. Gang, remember, funnels are built hook, story, offer. And as the hierarchy goes, hook is for emotion, story is for logic, offer is for fear. Kind of a weird way to say it. But anyway, as I'm landing on this, Ryan, it just feels busy. It feels
Okay.
like, and I think the color goes along with that. So I think I'd
Okay.
like to mute down your orange a little bit. That's just really bold, and it's not making the words pop to me. It's all kind of just flowing into one. And I'm really having to actively strain to read what the headline is. Go to Tony's really quick.
Yeah, easy to
That
read.
just lays easier on
Lot
the eye.
easier.
He has more spacing. First off, he has that little dot at the top for his sub headline above the headline, which I don't think you had on yours. But just the spacing between the text, and each sentence has its own spacing. It just lays on my eye so much easier, and I can really understand what he's saying. So, Ryan, for you, number one thing I'd like you to do is just focus on the above the fold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd agree. And the other thing I would think about is, so Tony's got 2 advantages you don't have. Number one, he's Tony Robbins, and so he's got 50 years of branding. Like anytime I attach Tony's face with me, like it just increases conversion because he's Tony. So he's able to do some stuff that you're probably not gonna be able to do yet. So here he's got just an image to sell a $47 thing. If you go back to yours, you're using an image and you're selling a $297 thing, and you're not Tony. And so for me, what I would do is if you go back to your page, like that image right there with lifetime access, like I would replace that with a video of you doing a mini version of the perfect webinar, because you're gonna need to pitch these people on something, because you're 5 times the price of Tony and you're not Tony, where he's got his branding he's able to bring. So if you look at open perfectwebinarsecrets.com, like this is me selling a $7 script. I still have a 5-minute video pitching the script. Like I feel like that's the piece this page would need. I do agree with Dante. Above the fold is gonna be the most important thing here. And I think secrets.
Perfect.
for what our secrets.
Secrets.
Yeah, because you know everything's a secret.
Or an underground strategy.
Yeah. But again, this is like I did a 5 minute pitch to sell $7 thing. So it's like you're selling 297, which again, like why I think in a perfect world, I would do a webinar to sell that. This would be the landing page, and you could also drive people directly to the landing page. But I would have some version of you pitching the thing, kind of like this,
Hmm.
following the perfect. Even if you're not doing a full 90 minute perfect webinar, like doing a 15 minute version that's like a compressed version that's going to set up and sell the thing. I think that's what's missing. The page looks. I think there's little tweaks like Dante's on the page. I think are good. I think yeah, replacing the orange with even a white or something just makes it easier to read. Um,
Okay.
but then I think the key is going to be like you actually selling the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what do you think about all the modules listed here? I know when I had them all listed there before, um, Dante was like, seems like a lot of work. Like, do you feel like, having all 9 modules here is like people are going through and they're like, man, this is like a lot, like too much. Do you think I should?
It was interesting that when you described your course, you described all the deliverables, which is typical of an educator or someone, right? It's like you're like I've 6 hours worth of videos, I've got 42 modules, I've got it's all like the deliverables. So one of the biggest
Yeah.
things that to sell anything in life, we have to focus less on the deliverables and more on the result, because that's the thing. Like people come because they want a result, but us as creators, we want to talk about the deliverables because we bled to create this stuff for you. But I've seen that in my webinars when I go through in a webinar, I'm like, all right, module one, we're gonna cover da 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 module, and if I go deep into it, it always hurts the conversion. Versus like, all right, there's 6 modules. The goal by the time you finish these 6 modules is you are going to have this result. Even so, Prime Mover, our $10,000 offer, right? People are getting 6 one-day events, which seems overwhelming. Like, wait, you want me to go to 6 events to learn this stuff? Like, yes. So I don't do that. I'm just like, all right, there's six one-day facilitated events, and at the end, and I don't talk about what's in any of them. I just say there's 6 of them, and by the time that the 6 are done, here's what you will have. And I'm painting the picture of this is the end state you'll have after you start this thing, right? It's like if you read Ben Hardy's book, like Become Your Future Self Now, like this is what we're talking about. It's like anytime you're selling anything, you're painting a picture of what their future self will become like if they buy the thing that you are doing today, right? Because people already have an idea what
Hmm.
they want their future self to be. And so all sales is
Hmm.
you're showing this thing. And the problem that a lot of us have, again, as creators, is because we bled our passion to create this thing for them. So we want to show them all the steps. But if you think about this, I remember this is Funnel Hacking Live, man, 6 or 7. Hermosi spoke at it, and he shared this really cool analogy. He's like when you're selling a vacation to Hawaii, you're selling Hawaii, the beach, getting the lay on your head, eating the great food, like the water in your face. Like what you're selling. And what all of us marketers do is we're trying to sell like, hey, first thing you're gonna get a plane ticket, and you're gonna jump on a plane, you're gonna be jammed in with 32 people, back to back. There's gonna be kids coughing, but you're gonna have like this fan on your thing so you have some airflow, and then you're gonna be sitting there for 9 hours as we float. And then you get done, you gotta get through customs, and then you're gonna like, and like we're selling all the steps because like that's the thing that we did. And
Yeah.
Hermosi's point was like, all you gotta do is sell the destination. That's what they want. And so I think when we get into like
Okay.
all the modules, that's where we're trying to sell like the plane tickets and the seats and the things. But it's like, no, all they want is the destination. So what is the, so I would probably touch upon faster of like, hey, we have a process, it's patented. There's 9 steps. And each of these steps are essential for you to go through it. But when you're done with these 9 steps, this is the end state. And I'd focus a lot more on the end state.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. It's
Uh,
looking good. I think you got the hardest thing people have a lot of times is creating the content. Looks like you've nailed that. So it's just kind of now finessing, learning the sales side of the business. I have a friend who's just getting into our world. She created the same thing, created this whole huge course, and now she's like trying to learn this stuff. And she's like, I don't want to learn this. I did all the hard. I killed myself doing them. I know you did the hardest part. Now it's just like learning how to
They're,
position it the right way that gets people excited to want to give you money for the thing.
it's 2 very different things, creating a course and selling the course.
For sure. Different skill sets, yeah. But eventually, I
100%.
always tell everyone, I'm like, you have to become as obsessed with the selling of the thing you do as you are with the thing you do. Because if you don't, then no one will ever know about the thing you do. And so that's the dichotomy. And eventually, hopefully for you and for everyone, it's like when you start getting into this, like it's really fun and like you start learning and you see like people actually find like breaking their belief patterns and taking your offer, and they go through the program, they start like that's when it all makes it all worth it, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to meet you, man.
Keep sticking with it. And fantastic. Okay, I want to hop over to Leah. Leah Horton. There she is.
Hi, excited to be here.
How's it going?
Fine, I'm a huge fan. Went to Funnel Hacking Live 23, created my first digital course. It's called Secrets to Earning Scholarships. So definitely
Nice.
nod to you as a thank you so much. I'm also a scholarship judge myself. I'm the founder of Horton Test Prep. So I run a test prep company. And I also am a public speaker. I speak at college fairs across the nation, and I also speak at homeschool conferences. And so I wanted to get your opinion on my first funnel that I've written after creating the course. And I'll go ahead and share. I have it up in the background. And I wanted to get your opinion on two major things. In the funnel, this current funnel is selling both, right? Test prep and the scholarship course. Test prep, which is, I have a team of tutors that do academic tutoring, but I am the sole tutor for test prep. And I hear you in my mind going, you're trading your time for money. Yes, I know that is true, but I wanted to get your opinion on should I sell both the test prep. Let me see if I can scroll it up, as well as the scholarship course at the same time. And would you suggest doing a webinar to sell this?
Cool. Okay, what are the price points of each of them, or together? How do you bundle it?
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and scroll on down to that. The course is $597, but it's just, which I want, this had a hard time with putting my stack in the funnel because I want it on mobile mode because I know that's everybody at the college fair that I speak at. Like I just did at Johns Hopkins and Columbia University, all the parents and students that are there, about 600 or 700 people, they're all on their phone. So that's why I'm always writing it in that. So it's kind of hard to see, but I wanted your opinion on that. I don't know what to do with the stack. The price point for the course, again, it's normally $597. It's about 5 hours of content, but it's a writing curriculum, to be honest. And I am a scholarship judge. So I'm one of those people that reads hundreds of essays and in my committee, and we choose the winner. So that's why I also called it the Secrets to Earning Scholarships, because it's truly insider secrets from a scholarship judge. So I know that's kind of a lot on the question, but
No worries.
in your opinion, should I be selling both my test prep tutoring, right? Which it is taught one to many, so it is a group class. I'm a premier coach. That just means I have a proven track record. So a lot of other tutors wouldn't be able to charge this price point, but I can. And yeah, that's it.
And then you got the 4,600, a 2,700, and a 600.
600 is self-prep program. Yeah. And then at the very bottom, this was my, I don't know what we call it, order bump, one-time offer, whatever. This is, again, trading my time for money, but I'm really good at it and I can do it relatively fast. This is me and ChatGPT, no, but mainly me giving the ideas of, no, I read it and they just help me write it better, but I'm giving feedback on the student resume and then 3 of the academic essays, which, by the way, you can go for 50 different scholarships. You're really just tweaking these 3. One of them's the personal statement essay, which is by far the most important because it becomes their college entrance essay. So yeah, my main question is any suggestions on this funnel, and
which product is there, like a chicken and the egg? Like which one should they sort of go through first and second? Like what's the process, or is it all just kind of
well,
random?
I know that I can scale the course, right? Because that's a digital pre-recorded course, but I can't scale me. And eventually I'll tap out. So I wasn't sure if you would think, oh, I should create 2 funnels and have 2 different ads.
Cool. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. So number one is confused mind always says no. So having four different offers on a page, especially they're very different. One's 500, one's 4,500, one's 20. Like, it's definitely confusing, and I can't imagine you selling very many at all based on that. So that'd be number one. It's just like, but what I do typically is like in my business, I have a whole skew of products that I sell, and so I'm
Mhm.
always focused on first is like what's the one on the front end that's the most scalable. Like that's where I'm gonna put the most of my energy and effort and everything, right? So to you,
Okay,
it sounds
that's right.
like the course is number one. So
Yes.
I would make all the focal point being just on the course. Your
So
second
just
question
the
you asked was
funnel,
like, second
just
question was like, should I do a webinar? The answer is 1 billion% yes.
okay.
That would be my only focus is like, okay, I need to create a webinar to sell a $500 offer. And so that would be the focal point. That's where all the ads are coming from, everything. I would never buy ads to any of the other stuff. I'd
Okay.
only put ads to a webinar. We're going to sell the $500 thing, push people here. Now, what's going to happen is when the webinar is done, percentage of people are going to buy the $500 thing. They're going to be on fire. And after they give you $500 on the next page, you're like, hey, thanks so much for signing up. A lot of people ask me, like, is there any personal touch in this? And unfortunately, this is a group coaching, da 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 da. But if you would want to upgrade for an extra blah, you can get one-on-one coaching with me, whatever. And then that becomes like the upsell offer on the back of the $500 thing. And you're upgrade them to whatever the next logical thing is for them to buy.
Okay, what do I
From
call that? I forgot the name. Is that an order bump or a one-time offer? What
That'd
is
be
that?
one-time offer. One-time
One-time
offer.
offer is the next page after they've bought the course,
Yeah. Yep.
but I don't have any other courses. You
Hey,
have all.
I would sell wait, scroll down to the pricing again.
Mhm.
Um, I would sell either the 997 order form bump you're doing, or I would upsell the 10-hour or the 20-hour prep thing. You know what I mean? Like, would that be the next logical thing? If they bought the Secrets to Earning scholarships, is the next logical thing they need the SAT preps?
I don't know. It's almost like they go hand in hand, but they are very different. One's SAT test prep, right? The other is how to earn scholarships. They're both college prep things,
Yeah.
but they're different.
The
So
way I would position it then is again, the webinar is all focused on the Secrets to Earning scholarships. So they buy that. Then the upsell page, then the OTO page is like, all right, you guys got the scholarship, it's gonna be amazing. And one of the most important things you need to do when you are getting a scholarship is you gotta get a high SAT score. And so
okay.
because of that, I do have a program. It's different. It's not group. It's literally one-on-one with me. We don't do this very often, but there are a couple spots open. If you're interested, there's two options. One is, scroll up a little bit again on your page. One
Yeah,
is
it's not
it's
one-on-one though. It's a group class.
Okay, group class. Either way, change it to make sure that it fits what's actually true. But conceptually, it's the same pitch. It's like, okay, now there's two options. One is you can 10 hours of prep test with us, or 20 hours. There's two options. One's 27 and one's 4,600, and you can pick. So you let people one-click upsell. And traditionally, something like this, you probably get 5 to maybe 10% of people who would just take that upgrade right there on the spot. Okay. Now, again, I want you to think about this is all the advertising dollars is always going to just the webinar. So the list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And you're gonna get a percentage of people who pay the $500, and some of those guys will then upgrade to 4,600. But the reality is there's a whole bunch of people on there who didn't buy off the webinar because they don't want a course, they want something else. And so then in the email sequence is where you put up a funnel that's just pitching like, hey, our SAT prep classes, and then you email people pushing them to that. Because there's, again, let's say you get 10,000 people to sign up for the webinar in the next 6 months, and from that you get 500 to buy. It means there's 9,900 and whatever the math is, a whole bunch of people who are interested, but they didn't want that actual thing. So now you start selling them the other things in your product line. So people are always like, Russ, why you send so many emails out? I'm like, because I got 6 million people on my email list. And from that, we've got 100,000, they're ClickFunnels members, which means we have 5,500 and whatever thousand people who aren't ClickFunnels members. So I'm going to sell them ClickFunnels, some other stuff. Like there's other things they're going to buy. So I send them emails because not everyone's buying everything. It's a percentage to buy anything. And so that's how I look at it. But this way, you're not splitting your focus. You're not driving traffic to 5 different funnels. When someone comes here, you're not offering 5 different things. It's really hard to make a pitch where you're selling 5 or 6 different things, before even 3 or even 2 things is hard to do on a page. So all the focus becomes just one thing. They come in, do the webinar. Some people buy from that, upsell a group immediately. And then the unconverted leads, then you start coming back and like, hey, we got SAT prep, and you can sell that individually. But I'm not buying ads to those other offers. I'm just sending emails to those other offers. For most people's funnels, you only should have one funnel you're actually buying ads into. And all the rest of the sales for the other products in the product line should be coming through the email list of the people that registered for the webinar. A webinar is like the greatest lead magnet in the world. We've got 2 or 3 million people that have joined my list just from webinars, and they don't all buy, but that list now buys everything else for me in the future.
Let me make sure I understand. So the funnel is really just selling the course, right?
Yep.
If they buy the course, then my second page, that OTO, is the feedback, right? The
Yep.
written feedback on their essays, which I can only do that for a certain amount of time, but I understand that. And
It could be that, or it could be the SAT prep, or it could
okay.
be both.
Okay, so the OTO could be both.
You can have multiple OTOs. So you get one OTO. It's like, thanks for buying the $497 thing. Here's my $997 up thing. And if they buy yes or no that, then it's the next upsell. Cool. The next thing people need is the SAT prep. Let me know if you want that. Here's the options down below.
Is that second OTO a separate page?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And where do I learn how to do email sequence? I have like 7,500 people on my email list that have just gathered from going to these conferences and college fairs. Kind of embarrassed to announce this, but like I just communicate one message to all of them. So I don't really know how to do email sequences. Where do I go to go learn how to do
Good
that?
question. Dante, do we have I can't remember off the top of my head inside of OFA if we have specific stuff on emails and stuff. Do you know?
Yes, we do. And I believe it's day 15 of the expert track. We give you a framework, which is a funnel plus email sequences. I think you already have that, Leah. And I think you're talking about how to re-engage your list, how to send new emails to people that are dedicating them on a track. So that's .com secrets all day.
Okay.
Russell told it all in .com secrets. It is the way. So I just put a link in the chat for my robot. It's Delphi AI/Dante. Dante's trained on .com secrets. I'm still breaking up. That is wild. Anyway, Leah, use my robot over the weekend. Come back in on Monday, and I'll show you how to set up the whole workflow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Russell. I really appreciate it.
No worries. I'm going to start spamming Dante robot all weekend too. It's going to be awesome.
A good time with it. That's awesome. Okay,
Very
I'm
cool.
going to try my best to stop talking here. And I want to hop over to Jeremy. Grab Jeremy.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Russell. Big fan. My question for you is, so I'm working with engineers in the self-driving car space. So people who want to work on autonomous driving and things like that. And most of my customers are the B2C part. So really the engineers who really want to get a job inside. Except that I also have a lot of companies who get their engineers to buy the courses and then reimburse them. And I was wondering, like, how I could design an offer or a value ladder for the companies directly. Because if I can sell like 50 access to a companies, it's much better than just like getting them one by one. And when I try that, what I often have is that people share the password, and so they like, we can get one access, that's fine. We don't need like 50 access, and they actually like do. And so I'm kind of stuck here trying to like create an offer for companies because I just don't really know like what can I tell them rather than the current offer.
Yeah, well, step one is figuring out a way to lock down so that people can't just share the password, And there's different various ways you can do that where they have to log in and it text, two-factor authentication. They got to get a text message every single time they log, there's things like that. But a bigger part is just how you sell it up front. So if you look at the people that have crushed this, like what's their names? Franklin Covey. So Franklin Covey was the first ones I saw that like did this, right? So they would go into an organization and they would create a program, but they sold seat licenses. So it wasn't like you could even get access. It was like, hey, how many people are in your company? Okay, you got 45, you need 45 seat licenses. Normally seats $1,000, but we'll give you seat licenses at $200 a year per seat. And then they sell the package, right? I say the same thing with a lot of sales guys, like Grant Cardone does this in the sales industry. Andy Elliott does it. A lot of the sales traders do that because they have their sales training and they don't want to just sell them on membership site for the entire staff to share. So they all come in and they sell seat licenses. They get big discounts when they buy in a whole. Tony Robbins was working on a similar offer a year or two ago. I don't know if it ever went live, but same thing where where it's a corporate thing and you come in and you sell seat licenses. So a lot of it's just like how you structure that. In fact, I'm trying to do a version with Secrets of Success. We're going to be selling company seat licenses as well. Because again, I can sell people one off, which is great, but like I'd much rather have 800 employees each paying, whatever
Yeah,
it is. If I'm making 20
exactly.
grand a month off of one account versus 97 bucks a month. Have you tried to sell it like based on seat licenses yet?
Yeah, and what I have usually is like, okay, we actually like they try to reduce the number of licenses every time. And they end up thinking like, well, we may only need like 2 or 3 maximum. And often it's like we need one, and there are like 5 or 6 people on one. So that's a
What do you
problem,
what do
and
you
I'm not
price it for
sure.
right now?
So what I have is a full access to about 20 courses. It's like 4,000, 5,000, something like that in the middle, and then it depends on the number of people.
Okay. How many people for the $4,000 version? How many seat licenses do they get currently?
Um, One, when you get like when you start, it's one, and then if you add a second person, it's supposed to go down, but I never really sold it this way. Actually, every time I sell it, like just one license.
Yeah. So a lot of it's just like how you position ahead of time. So I would probably structure where it's like, hey, let's say it's $5,000, and with the $5,000 offer, you get 10 seat licenses or something. So that way it's like, okay, I can plug in 10 of my people. Um, and then it's like for each additional 10 seat licenses, an extra $1,000 or something where it drops the price dramatically. So it's not like, I gotta pay another 5 grand for more people, but it's like it gets rid of like, oh, the pain of like having to like share logins and we get kicked out and if whatever the thing is, like you want to make it so that they want to comply, right? The best possible. So it's how you position, how you structure it. um do you pitch it like one-on-one on the phones, or are you doing a webinar to present it? How do you pitch it right now?
It's more like there is a page on my website, and people fill a form, and then I come back to them, and then I ask them questions, etc.
On the phone or just through emails and stuff?
Emails.
Okay. Man, I would craft some kind of formal presentation again, I'm a webinar guy, obviously. I like webinars. But like, I would make a presentation so when they do respond back, I'd be like, cool, go watch this 30-minute presentation that we can get back. And then the presentation gives you the ability to like structure it correctly in their mind and like set the tone in their head where it's like if I knew one of the problems people have is seat licenses, I would try to figure out how to make that a benefit. So it's like normally it's it used to be $5,000 per seat license. So like people had teams of 10, it was costing 50 grand a year to do it. Instead, what we do is like when you guys sign right now, you get 10 seat licenses for free, and then because you're locked in, anytime you need another batch of 10 more seat licenses, just an extra $1,000 or whatever the price ends up being. The spot where like, oh, this is cool. Like you don't want them thinking like, how can I screw you over? Because right now it sounds like they're like in their head like, how can I
Yeah.
screw you over? Because I don't want to. Instead, you want to make it where like you address the elephant in the room and give them the solution that seems like, oh, that seems really fair before they've signed up. After they've signed up and they're in there, then they're like, oh, I can share a password. You know what I mean? Versus like up front when you establish the relationship initially and the frame initially, then it's much easier to like, you set the pace and the tone of the conversation and the business relationship from the very beginning. It's easy to roll across. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So for example, like if you want just 1 or 2 license, you go to the individual thing. And if you want starting from 5 licenses, then you're in the B2B offer. And you cannot do it for fewer than 5 people.
Yeah, I would just make that. Yeah, whatever the core offers, it's 5 grand, and you get 5 seat licenses, and just that'd be the baseline
Okay.
pitch. And then yeah, then it's like any add 5 more, 10 more. But I wouldn't do one seat at a time, because then when you start doing one seat at a time, then they're always thinking like, should I give it to Joe but not Susie? Like so like I would always sell packages. So it's like you get 5 for free, and it's like you want to upgrade, you want five more, 10 more. This is the price, and that way they're not just like. Because then they're like, oh, that guy's not doing it. I'm gonna cancel. And they're like just onesie twosie off of this
Mhm.
thing. So instead of selling like per person, it's like here's a batch of seats, and that way it's like instead they're like, oh, okay, I buy 10 more. I'm gonna get everybody in and make sure they're using it. Versus the opposite way where they're like, okay, well, you guys sit next to each other and just and like share the thing. You know what I mean? Like it just changes the conversation in their head when you restructure the pricing. Like how you structure the offer in almost anything. By the way, for everyone listening, like how you structure the offers, like we spend so much time on my side thinking through how to structure these offers, because if you structure the offer correctly, it solves almost all the problems, right? So it's like figuring that out, because if you structure it incorrectly, then the person benefits from screwing you over versus the person benefiting by being compliant to the thing that you're trying to set out to them. So that's kind of what you gotta play with as you're structuring it. But that's kind of how I would if I was in your company working for you, that's how some version that I don't think it's perfect yet, but that conceptually that's how I would structure it.
And you
And
would do
I
it
would
like
make it where the
one time?
emails. What's that?
Sorry, you would do it one time purchase or like a recurring thing?
Recurring for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it could be like $5,000 for the first year, and then a year or two it renews at 2,500 or 3,000 or some discount. Because then it's also how you structure the offer. So now it's like, or maybe it's even less. Maybe it's recurring. After year one, it's $1,000 maintenance fee. So it's like then they keep paying that because it's like if I cancel this and I come back in, I got to pay the $5,000 again. It's like
Mm.
I'm going to be compliant to the offer because it benefits me to be compliant to the offer. So I'm trying to create this situation with the offer structure where it benefits them to be compliant to it versus fighting against it.
Okay. Okay. I think I can put out a presentation, maybe better than a page, you're right. And then like maybe a second level where there would be like some seminars or things like that.
Yeah, be cool.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Great to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Great questions from Jeremy. And I want to hop over to Tara Camp.
And then we're gonna buy Dante a new microphone for next week.
I'm losing my mind. It's crazy.
It's
Hi,
bad.
everyone.
What's up, Tara?
Hi,
How's it going?
Russell. What a pleasant surprise. I had no idea it was you leading the call.
I've been gone for I tried to always do these, but we had so many events over the last like 2 months. I've been gone for most of them. So I'm pumped to be here again.
Cool, cool. Awesome. So I just started running webinars about, 3 weeks ago, and I haven't run any ads yet. And so I'm just basically posting a little bit on social media. And I am getting some click-throughs, but no conversions, which isn't, a huge surprise. My price point is $9.99, or sorry, $9,999. But I would love to share my funnel.
Okay.
And get any feedback. So it's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You said you have been doing this webinar, or you've started promoting it, but people haven't registered yet.
I have been. I've run it 3 weeks in a row.
Okay. How many people do you have coming to it?
I can count them all on one hand.
Cool. No worries. I'm proud of you for doing it. I have a lot of people who they get a couple signups and show ups and they just cancel versus like learning the pitch is like the most valuable part. So I've done webinars before where no one was on. I'm like, well, means I got to practice. And I just do it by myself for 90 minutes. It's painful sometimes, but okay, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I've been practicing pretty much every day. Minus the pitch, I feel really good about it.
Minus the pitch.
And
Which is the most important part.
I know the pitch isn't bad, but I feel like it's really repetitive, and I definitely have some stuff come up when it comes to sales. So
yeah, the stacking the close can feel kind of cheesy first couple times you do it.
So am I going?
I keep going. So
Cool.
How much further? Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Scroll back to the top. So a couple of things I would do. With webinar registration pages, it's like the two things I'm looking for is like curiosity and simplicity. The more people can figure out what it is, the less likely they are to show up, and then the more stuff's on it, usually it hurts. That's why you'll notice I'll never have a video on a webinar registration page because it drops conversions because it's too much stuff, right?
Okay.
And so this page, I think page overall is good. Like I think you could almost everything, if you scroll down a little bit, like you can go a little further. Like you can either cut it there or after these 3 secrets, and like the rest of the page I would just kill. Like it's not even worth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more just like I need a hook to get them interested really quick. So then scroll back to the top because I don't feel like the hook so free bliss and happiness experience for spiritual seekers, high achievers, heart entrepreneurs, and anyone ready to remember their life and live their joy. Listening to life with happy fulfilled. What's the end result they're gonna get if they go to this webinar?
So the end result is to tap into their true nature, love, bliss, happiness, and basically also be able to drop anything that they choose to in terms of like negative emotions or negativity. So like really quick release work So like truly, like a bliss and happiness transformation that's probably going to be short-lived because, I'm not giving away the whole kit and caboodle, like how to integrate it into everyday life.
Hmm. So what did you said something you called it something my mind just dropped now. You said a something session or it's a what's the thing tangibly said I would give them a something quick something.
So they're going to tap into their true nature, which in and of itself is a personal transformation because that in and of itself clears a lot of blocks. But then also I'm going to do like really quick release work
Release
where
work. Okay. All right. That's a tangible. The other one's very fluffy and it's not tangible. I'm not like I'm gonna come tap my true nature. Like I don't understand what that means. You know what I
okay.
mean? It's so big. Like obviously in a webinar you have time to explain that and it's cool. But like in a landing page, I'm like tap my true nature means nothing. The release work, okay. So that's like something tangible. That's very much like okay. So then my headline would be something more so like in fact, give me an example. Like someone who needs release work, like because why? Like is it an abuse of things, procrastination? Like what would they need the release work for?
Basically, like when we hold on to negativity and negative emotions, it blocks us from our true potential, living the life that we love, feeling good. It impacts our health and our happiness, basically affecting our livelihood at every level.
Give me a very tangible example, like some dude like me, like what's something that I've maybe struggled with in the past that this would help me to unlock.
Oh my gosh, Russell, like you've transformed your life. So I see this in you. Like I know that you've gone and you've done a lot of the personal work and you've overcome a lot. So I don't know if I can use you as an example,
Okay, how
but
about Dante? He's messed up.
I don't I don't know Dante well enough.
What
But
if you're say, how about this? The majority of your audience, is there a thing that a common thread where it's like they all struggle with procrastination, they all struggle with, um, yeah. Is there a thing that's like the common thread?
yeah, well, it's like living in the past. So being tied and hooked to the negativity, the negative stories, and not truly living a life that they love.
Okay, so my headline would be something very specific that like attention. Whoever these people are, like again, me, potential entrepreneurs, attention, whatever. Are you struggling with something that happened in your past that's destroying the future you've dreamt about? If so, I've got a free web class coming up where we're gonna literally find the thing that's broken, and we're gonna do a release session that'll release that. So now you're free to chase your future self, something like that. Now it's like, whoa, this is speaking to the right person. This is the pain point that I'm in, is I'm stuck in this past. And on this thing, she's going to literally do a release thing that's going to release that for me. And I got to show up. Like that gets me like, oh, I want to go to that thing. Right. So I do a headline. It's probably going to be a two-part headline. 'Cause that's a mouthful of stuff, but boom, boom. And then registration button. And that's kind of all I would make it very simple like that.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. I love that because that's kind of what I've been feeling into. I'm like, this is so airy fairy. I know what it means, but I think it's too high level for most people to digest. And my specialty is the release work. And so that's usually like what I want to push, but I feel like I've been pushing it from the place of hey, I've got this really cool release process. It's more like the feature than the transformation.
yeah. I'm trying to find an example of a page. I saw it yesterday. It's one of my old webinar funnels. Um, Okay, as I'm finding that, I'm gonna find this and try to talk at the same time. So the other thing I was thinking, you talk about you're posting on social to get people here, and then turn to Facebook ads. One thing I would probably try to do pre-Facebook ads that'll be free, number one, and number two, it'll get you better customers initially as you're learning this pitch and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, is is after you figure out this hook, right? This is just like if you want to get on TV, like the way you get on TV is you got to figure out a hook to go pitch the show on, right? That's why if you watch the late night TV or the news, like whoever the guests are, they've got a hook. Like, hey, this person's got three heads and figured out how to do whatever. Like they're looking for stories and hooks, right? So it's the same thing. Like the webinar hook that we're crafting, if you craft it correctly, it should be sexy enough that like you could go to a podcast host and be like, hey, do your audience struggle with like you know things in the past that are holding me? Like I can do like I do these release sessions for people that help them free. Can I be on the podcast? I'd love to talk about this with you. And that's like how you pitch a podcast show or a YouTube channel, right? And then you can get on these shows, you come on and do a 30-minute podcast episode or whatever, that then at the end of it, you're like, hey, I do a 90-minute podcast or 90-minute masterclass where we go deep into this, da 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 da. And and then you have the ability to like, push people from these things into your webinars. Does that make sense?
It
That way
totally
you get,
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I've even thought about like doing like Instagram lives where, if anybody wants to come and volunteer to release their stuff, because it's within minutes, and it's truly like magical. And so
Yeah.
I thought about that, obviously making sure that, well, I'm confident, I know my skills, I know stuff releases like that. So, but that is something that I've thought about as well. What do you think?
100%. Yeah. Instagram lives, podcasts, and like, yes, like when I launch it, you'll notice like if I launch a new book or a new thing, and almost anybody else, you notice that like for the next 6 weeks, they're hitting every podcast, every YouTube video, like they're just on the circuit trying to get as many people as possible to hear the message, to push people back to buy the book, register for the webinar, whatever the thing might be. And so 100% I'd be focusing on that because that's gonna be way faster than going and setting up paid ads and all kind of stuff and trying to get it to convert. Like there's so much that goes into that. Whereas for most people, like we didn't buy our first ad for ClickFunnels for 2 years. The first 2 years was me just doing that. And we
Okay.
did over $10 million in sales before we bought our first ad. And so I think a lot of people jump to the ads immediately, but it's like, especially now where it's like the webinar, we don't know if it converts, we don't know if it doesn't convert, we don't know, like, it's like you gotta get your reps in, and especially when you start getting your reps in with like the right audience, then you start learning it better, you'll figure it out, you'll get more confident pitching and stuff like that before you go and, spend 3 grand on ads or whatever, and nobody buys, and it's just like you're digging a hole, like I'd rather like build this in a place where you're not worrying about the negative outflow of cash. Instead, it's like the positive, like going out there, sharing this message, making money, and then it's like eventually take that and start reinvesting it. But it changes the process so much, makes it way more fun.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I appreciate that. I did have something else that was coming up. Let me see if it'll come back. I feel like it was pretty important. Yeah, no, your feedback is much appreciated. I feel like, yeah, that's kind of where I've been wanting to go, but I also know happiness is such a big niche, and this is truly what it does. That's the transformation. I know it came back. So I have I have about 75 reviews online for all the work that I do. I currently hold bliss and happiness retreats. Would it be relevant? I mean, I know it's relevant on some funnel, but would it? I just went over and looked at the link that Dante linked to regarding your funnel, and you had like an image of like text. I get those all day long from people's transformation. Hey, Tara, you have changed my life. I'm out of the depression. Yada yada yada. Should I put some of those on in this funnel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% social proof.
Cool.
Spam, like I have a headline, a button, and then to have like tons of social proof below the page would be great. Way better than have more and more copy. Yeah.
Can you hear me right now, Russell? Do I sound okay?
Ooh, you sound very good, Dante.
Okay. Oof. Think I got it figured out. Can I just answer this really quick?
Yes.
I have a buddy, Tara, and I believe he has a deplorable business. There's so much better things in the world that he could be doing and so much better value he could be providing to people. But he has a business teaching people how to date online and have great success for men doing that. Whatever their measure of success is, right? Literally, his funnel is headline, learn how to get more dates on Tinder. A video of him explaining how they can get more dates on Tinder. The rest of the funnel is reviews. Hundreds of guys saying, I couldn't get dates before, and now I can. That's his whole funnel. So I heard you say, should I add some? Some? Add them all on there. We can make some buttons show sections and hide sections. And if somebody wants to see 75 cases of you doing the thing that you want to do for them, put them all on there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I'm going to show you one page real quick. This is the page I was looking for. So this is one of my highest converting webinar pages. It has a longer headline, like yours is probably going to have. If you go back, listen to the recording, if you model the headline I kind of gave you. But you notice it's like up here, it's like, this is the free training, calling out the people, attentions, headline broken up in 3 parts, picture, register. Click on that, boom, pops up, and anyway, that's where they register. But that's, if you take a screenshot of that, that'd be the structure that, can you see that page? Hopefully, am I on the right screen?
I can't.
You can or cannot?
I cannot.
Sorry, I've got
Oh,
so many.
sorry. You were perfect, Russell. Tara was just looking at the wrong screen. You were
Okay.
perfect.
Is that the right one?
Gang, at the top of Zoom, top left of Zoom, you're gonna see 2 tabs. One says meeting, one says Russell screen. Click on Russell screen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm putting a screenshot in the chat for you all right now.
Cool. But yeah, this is what I would make your reg page simple like this. Because again, the headline I gave you is gonna be a little longer. So I would just funnel hack and model this look and feel.
Okay, what's that domain?
Secretfunnelstrategy.com. I don't even know if this is still live. Like we haven't drove ads this long time, but when I was thinking about like how I would structure it, like this is how I'd structure it.
Okay, great. I got a screenshot.
Cool.
Awesome. And then as far as I don't want to cut you off if you're going to add anything else there, but I do have another question.
Yeah, we got less than a minute left, and I got to
it's gotta
bounce.
be a quick one. Shoot.
Okay, cool. As far as my pitch, I'm pretty much pitching exactly how you train us to do, and it's a 10K offer. I do feel a little bit of incongruency because it's so repetitive, and I just feel like, you know, they're going to feel it or they're not going to feel it. And at the same time, I want to honor it. If it means I'm going to be able to help more people by doing it the way you do it, then that's the way I want to do it. And I know it'll just mean more practice. And I'm really like, it's not bad. Like I feel very confident in it, but I can also feel sometimes, you know, the energy in me going, okay, this is a lot.
You got to, if you understand the structure, you got to find your art though inside of it, right?
Okay.
Like I've seen people who are really good. They take like, and here's understand the structure and the stack and stuff like that, but like they make it their own. And I think I'll give you permission to make your version of it. But don't forget, like these are the beats that you've got to hit in the order to hit it. But then how do you add your art on top of that?
Okay.
Because I've seen like, especially a lot of great women entrepreneurs who use my stuff, but they're like, this is too masculine. I need a feminine version. I'm like, cool, dude, like put your art in it. Just know that like I always think about like the framework is like the structure of a house, right? It's the boards and the stuff, but then the webinar is your art. Like you come in the house and you put up and you paint it, and you make it nice, and you add your look and your feel, so it feels congruent to the way you do it, you know. And so that's kind of the fine line between the two.
Okay, cool. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Another real quick thing I would recommend: selling $10,000 off the back of a webinar is hard to do. For me, it's a 3.5 day event for me to sell $10,000 offer, 9 hours a day. So I would look at like, is there a version that you can sell that's $500 to $1,000? That's like the front end of it, and then you can send people up to a higher ticket. Because it even for me, and I've done this for a couple years, it's to sell from 90 minutes to a 10K is a heavy lift. It's not easy.
I'm doing that. I'm doing 3 days. They're not 9 hours, but I've also considered that. Like, okay, do I need something else that's lower? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I would do a 90-minute webinar. I mean, I'd follow the playbook. So I do a 90-minute webinar, sell a $1,000 thing, and put all your focus on that. And then, and this is like when Liz Benny came to my world, I remember having this conversation with her because she saw like I had this and I rusted it back end, you had 10,000, 25, and 50, and 150, like just want to do all these things. And she was trying to put them all in and try to sell. And I'm like right now for the next 12 months of your life, just focus on one thing, doing one webinar, selling $1,000 offer, and just do that. And then she started doing it. And then, you know, she makes her first 100 grand. And she's like, okay, what's the next thing? I'm like, nothing. You're not allowed to do any other funnel till you made $1 million. And she's like, oh, and so then she kept going and she got to 500K. Like, okay, I'm ready for the next funnel. When can I launch my mastermind? I'm like, not yet. You gotta make $1 million before you're allowed to do anything else. And so she got to the point of $1 million. She's like, hey, $1 million, now what? I'm like, now there's this built up anticipation and energy of these people that gave you $1,000 who want more of you. I'm like, now you're like, hey, I'm launching a 25K program. Who wants in? And overnight, boom, 20 people signed up. No sales page, no pitch, no nothing, because the built up thing, and then built that part of her business, and then launched the next one. And then after that, for the next 10 years in my inner circle, it was the same thing. Everyone came in, all of our entrepreneurs, they want to sell all the things. And it's like, no, just create one thing, and you're gonna become the best in the world at selling that thing over and over and over and over. And you're gonna build up the pressure and demand. And as soon as you can make your first $1 million, then it's like, okay, now you have my permission to do the second funnel, but not prior. So that'd be my recommendation for you. Because if you do that, that's how you'll get to a 2 column club reward very, very quickly. If you're trying to sell a 10, you have a 3-day and a this, and it's like you're doing like the more advanced strategies before you master the first one. And like I would focus 1,000,000,000% of your efforts focusing a 90-minute presentation on a $1,000 thing and just nail that. And as soon as you nail it, then it's easy to scale to $1 million. Like the hardest part is figuring out what's the right offer you want. How do I pitch it correctly? And as soon as you figure those things out, going from 0 to $1 million to 2 column club winner is rapid. Some people it takes them a month, some people it takes them 6 months, some people it takes them 2 years. But as soon as they figure that out, usually what happens, as soon as you figure out the what and the how, what am I selling, how am I selling it? When you figure out those two pieces, going from whatever to 2 comma club is fast. Most people it's like 2 or 3 months. It's like, oh, I know what to sell, how to sell it, scale it. And it's really, really fast and easy. But it's like when you're trying to do 12 things in a 3-day event and a 10,000, it's like that's when it gets hard to juggle all the things.
Yeah, my only offer is 10K. It's across 3 days. Not to say, I don't want to discount anything you just said, because I do appreciate it. And yes, I get that. with that being said, where do I find out more information on that when it's time for the next tier? Where like,
Yeah, make your $1 million, come join their circle, and we'll take you to the next step. We'll take you from 1 million to 10. That's our world. When we come in, we give them the $1 million thing, and then they send to inner circle. Inner circle, we then take them to the next step, which is like, all right, how do we go from 1 million to 10? Different skill sets, different processes, but I would not worry about that next step till you made your first million. Just focus there.
okay, all
And
right.
if you're saying your fulfillment of your 10K is 3 days, that's different. I thought you were saying you're doing 3 days. Like my selling online event is a 3-day event to sell a $10,000 offer.
It's mine's 3 days, about 90 minutes each, over 3 days. And yeah, so that's, and I've been doing Bliss and Happiness retreats at about 5K for the last 2 years. And I really see the missing link is in that like accountability, the everyday practice. So that's kind of my model for getting people integrated so that it's not like, hey, I'm awake, I'm happy, and then I, crash.
Yeah. Cool.
So basically, Russell, what you're saying is do a webinar once a week for an entire year, never have financial.
Weird. It's been my message for now 7 years. I've been saying that. It is the way. So, and then everything else comes really
all
easy.
Of you guys listening, I saw the chat. You guys love that advice, and Russell's been saying it for 7 years. Nothing. The game changes a little bit, but that doesn't change. Focus on the one. That was
Louis said, "How long should I sell the $1,000 product before I change to another product?" You should keep selling it till people stop buying it. I am 11 years into ClickFunnels. We have sold $1 billion worth of ClickFunnels. Guess what? I'm still selling every day. ClickFunnels. Just keep doing the thing. So, yeah. You can add, then again, you can add an upsell or a downsell, but you're still selling the core thing. We had a chance to go to Agora last 2 weeks ago and spend a week with those guys. They do $1.5 billion a year, and they only have one product they sell. So they'll create 70 different front end, they call them VSLs, but for our intents for 70 different funnels to sell the exact same product. So before they create another product, they create another 90-minute presentation to sell that, and another 90 minutes. So like they just keep creating. So that's the real secret. It's like, don't change the product, just figure out more ways to sell the same product, and that's how you scale it. So anyway,
Jeez, that's price of admission right there. Holy cow.
Dante,
Awesome.
dude,
That
great
was
hearing your
awesome.
voice again. Great hanging out, man. That was a lot of fun. Thanks. I wish we could answer everyone's questions, but hopefully that gave everyone some cool context and frameworks to help you guys on the journey. Other than that, jump into OFA, read expert secrets, like focus on those two things, you guys. Those are the secret sauce. Many people have used just those two tools and won 2 Column Club awards. And so you guys are in the right spot. You got the right things. Put on blinders and just focus. And that's the game plan. So. And now I got background envy. Dante's background is so much cooler than mine now. Like,
I don't know, man. You came on looking crisp today.
So
I was having a little envy on you.
Well, tell Todd never know the land office high for me. I wish I was over there hanging out with you guys. And anyway, I appreciate you, man. This is fun.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the guidance. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. All right, see you.
Amazing. Man, I love that guy. And please do the thing. Right? Do the thing. One beautiful thing about OFA, and realistically just how Russell and Todd have built the entirety that is ClickFunnels, is when you come here, gang, you don't have to walk amongst titans. You get to stand on their shoulders. I mean, honestly, like we've had some big names launch challenges over this past week and put themselves out there to help entrepreneurs. And I mean, what really ever gets shared? I don't know if you guys have seen some of these sessions recently, but nothing happens. Nothing gets shared. Nobody's actually really progressing or getting any actionable insights. But everything we heard here was actionable insight, and it was amazing, and it is the way. It's the same things he's been saying for years, and it's not because he doesn't know what to say, and it's not because he doesn't know what's happening in the industry and the markets. It's because it works. It is the way. So, gang, I'd really love to encourage you. Do the thing. Do the thing. And when you do the thing unabashedly, without fear of failure. We're funnel hackers. Should we so happen to stumble, that's okay. We always stumble forwards. We're failing forwards. We're learning from our past mistakes, building upon those until we get to the place that we want to be. So a webinar a week. Do a webinar a week for an entire year and only focus on the one. Don't worry about upsells. Don't worry about the cross-selling. Don't worry about any of that. Nail the webinar. And we haven't even gotten into, like, you probably have seen the Offer Lab launch that came out recently. Gang, if you can just nail the webinar, I can show you how to take other people's products and services and plug them into your funnel with one click, and you can maximize on other people's great upsells that they're fulfilling on. All the power. comes from nailing a webinar, nailing your presentation to where you can continually have success selling that thing to customers. So I'd love for you guys to have that be your homework. I'm going to encourage you to do that. And then next Friday, this session is going to be open. Same exact link you used this week, actually, gang. So please go do the thing. Hop back in next week and we'll help you take the next steps. Maybe you get some data. You did your webinar live. We will help. I'll go look through your data. I'll look through your data with you. I'll show you how to make data-driven decisions, and we will get you there. I promise. Just keep doing the work. Keep doing the thing. Also, to send you off, you've probably heard me say this before, but if you haven't, business is just a reflection of self. It is the largest, truest, and clearest mirror you will ever look at yourself through. So please take some time this weekend and do something that pours back into yourself, your person. If our cup runs empty, then we can't fill anybody else's. It is so important to make sure that yourself and your person is in alignment. So take some time this weekend and do something that fills you back up. Maybe you want to hike to the top of a mountain and watch a sunset or a sunrise. Maybe you want to go buy an old beater car and enter a demolition derby and destroy it. I don't know what fills you up. And honestly, I don't care what fills you up. That's a you thing and you know what fills you up. So just be intentional this weekend. Take a little bit of time. Carve it out for yourself. Work with your spouse to allocate some of that time if you need to. It is unbelievably important. I know I'm going to be here Monday through Friday, ready to rock and roll, ready to help you guys do the thing. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you then. So I'll let you guys go. Have an amazing rest of your week.